Can you see okay? There we go. Happy Saturday. You have your men? Did you tie them to you around the neck? You have a cord around their neck and your women? Yeah, I warned you enough. You have jealousy issues? You're not supposed to be here. You go and find your man or your woman. I've had enough texting my phone. I told you I'm going to call the police on all of you every time you text my phone. Now, if you have husbands and wives in Malton, I already told you. I have a business for victims of abuse. So if you didn't hide your husbands and wives, I don't know why you have problems. Don't you have children to worry about? Are you celebrating tonight? Which one are you celebrating? The 3 kids? That you ruined their lives? The charity? His resume? How you let him get away? Which one? What year was that? It says 2018, right? They're sitting here talking about the youth hub, right? I shouldn't say nothing. The flag football. When I told them to park the ambulance outside. Well, show me again. Why? They're sitting here drinking and partying up a storm, terrorizing me. What, don't you want to have a memorial for the 3 children's lives you stole? An 8-year-old, a 17-year-old, and an 18-year-old? You don't have a moment of peace? Why? Why, this is my problem, right? I should be out doing whatever I want. Except the garbage are outside. The addicts are out there. The drunks are out there. Talking and texting, right? Drunk texting people. I wonder what color they are. Should I call them back on the live stream and see what happens? Should I put on speakerphone and call them and see what happens? Which one should I call first? I'm gonna leave the window open just in case they're here. It's real as the police coming in, right? I have narcotics. I told you, every one of you, I want a charge. Same police record. On live stream, right? All the police can see this. Number 1, 807-356-6283. I just wondered why you keep texting my phone. You're on YouTube live stream. I'm a narcissistic abuse recovery coach for abuse victims. So I was just wondering why you keep texting my phone. Thanks. Have a good night.
This is Mickey Mouse.
What? Let me look at my pen. Can you imagine this? We're in September. 2 years, going on 2 years. They want to know which one? Why they're homeless? Why they can't find jobs? Why they're addicts? Which one do they want to know? Oh, well, I tell them real quick so I can enjoy my Friday. Which one do they want to know? It's the same number I just called. I told you, tell the police now why you're calling me.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Yeah, this is Amy Seukeran. I am a narcissistic abuse recovery life coach. I just wanted to know why you keep texting my phone. Thank you. Have a good night. You? Do you know where you're living? What year you're living in? I told you, human trafficking pimps. All of you. Call them. Good. They're going to sit in the mall and the library and the Tim Hortons and come outside the building and park, right? Yeah, they're going to complain they have to work. Right. When I put my music on, they're going to complain, right? And then, like we coined the phrase, when I Jonathan Davis them, or somebody does it again, you're going to watch this over and over and over, just like the CP24 news story. Amy Seukeran, Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Life Coach, nonprofit organization CEO. Oh, I'm enjoying this. Do you want to go over all the charities again? All the good you're doing? All your kids? You buy them Christmas presents? You bribing them? Which one? Who's the most disgusting? 3 children are just wasted today. You're proud that you have a gang leader? Which one? Which one are you most proud of? You're going to go to church tomorrow, right? How many of those? Malton Black Development? The Youth Hub? Where? What was he? One by one. What does it say on the bottom of that? You sitting here? On the latest news. Oh, you're going to call Jonathan Davis soon. You're going to meet him. I told you this is nothing, right, Malton? The Malton Moms, Malton Neighborhood Services did this. You ever in your life, I told you, call my name. You're going to show me exactly where you're calling my name when you're murderers. Did you hear me? Murderers? Call, let me hear about who again. Latest news. A little throwback to remind people. Our battle is fought on many fronts. From the block to the boardrooms to the Senate floor, June 6, 2020. That's one by one from one by one. The family friend, right? The 8-year-old boy. The 17 and the 18-year-old who shot him. Their leader of one by one. I posted the LinkedIn so you could all read it, right? Yeah, you sitting here. I should just live the rest of my life, right? With garbage dragging me down. Founder and president, the One by One Movement Incorporated. Self-employed, January 2019 to present. I mean, he's got 6 years and 9 months experience. Why didn't you read them again, the goals? He's University of Waterloo right now. A consultant. A regional coordinator. It says against violent extremism. AVE Network, Toronto. The largest network of former extremists on the planet. Training academics, law enforcement, world militaries, and international intel agencies on new proactive measures to combat extremism. Under projects, this is Black Youth in the Criminal Justice System, associated with the One by One Movement Incorporated. Black Youth in the Criminal Justice System summary report of an engagement process in Canada. Then it's got a doctor's name, a catalog number, an ISBN number. It says Department and Agency, Canada, Department of Justice issuing body. Go read it. How long ago did I post this? You what? Did you read it all? Keynote, Safe City, Mississauga. Presentation on organized crime and gang culture and theory. Probation Officers Association of Ontario. Address reclassification and understanding the root causes that lead to negative lifestyle trajectories. Toronto Black Policy Conference at the Monk School of Global Affairs and Public Policy. Advocacy on the streets versus in the boardroom. You had him in the House of Commons. With this? What is this? Does any of it make sense? I presented a new gang classification tool and the work I do with the think tank I founded, the One by One Movement Incorporated. He was a speaker at the Senate of Canada addressing Bill C7. Yeah, I'd like you to go. Empowering young males and females to overcome challenges and become healthy leaders. Marcel is the SME. I had to go look that up myself and post it, right? Small to medium enterprise, that's what it means. Marcel is the SME in Gender Diversity and Inclusions at the Center for Gender Diversity and Inclusion Statistics at Statistics Canada. Marcel was appointed by the Center for Gender Diversity and Inclusion Statistics on 7/5/23 for his consultation to gather input from Canadians on the Gender Diversity and Inclusion Statistics Hub. You did a survey, right? Who are you fooling? Are you actually believing? Are you understanding what you... Marcel is a keynote speaker and an expert panelist and has also appeared in documentaries in many local, national, and international mainstream media publications and in TV appearances. Marcel Wilson is an SME in gang culture theory, organized crime, and violence prevention. Marcel acquired his expertise through lived experience as a former gang member and international organized crime figure. And he's got a group of kids. Marcel then refined his articulation of this life experience into comprehensive social science, public health approach that focuses on violence prevention, interruption, and public safety through years of working in the public academic, and government social sectors. Over the years, Marcel has lent his expertise to these sectors, working toward positive change by data collection and analysis, violence prevention programs design and implementation, consulting, awareness campaign design and implementation, public speaking, keynotes, and panels. Marcel has testified as an expert witness on numerous occasions, including in the House of Commons Canada and the Senate of Canada multiple times. Who did you get to write this? Because they should make millions, right? I mean, he's a prisoner, a gang member, and you just put him in the House of Commons as your spokesman. So I don't know what you've been doing, but this says 2018. Founder and president, right? This is LinkedIn at the One by One Movement Incorporated. SME means small to medium enterprise. It says right there, SME organized crime, small to medium enterprise organized crime, gang culture theory, keynote speaker and consultant. Am I reading it wrong? Well, I mean, should he have groups and groups when 3 of them just lost their whole existence? Is that just me? That's not him? All those CP24 news stories, that wasn't him talking? Then who was it? Well, the story was today. They put them in jail, right? They caught them, the 2 kids, 17 and 18 or whatever they were. The boy was 8 years old. Why don't you start explaining then? I'd love to hear how the hell. Oops. Yeah, you, more you. Yeah, tell me again. "2018, go." It says it right there, 2018. Well, we went over the school board, so here, let's you connect the dots. Do you want the address where he opened it? I is right. What does it have to do with me? You're fighting each other and actually offing children so you can go get grants, money? To do what? Make programs to help kids get off the streets, get away from guns and gangs? Where? What? Are you not understanding? No, I'm not going to wait for anybody to explain it. I want you to show me again why you wasted 6 years telling me about Black Lives Matters when this is what you're doing. These are your charities. Why? What does it have to do with me? You saw what you're doing to my phone, how you destroyed my nonprofit and my narcissistic abuse business. Show me this again. People are supposed to wait for what? No, they didn't show the 2 shooters didn't show Black excellence when they killed him or whatever his name was. No, they were the 16-year-olds, right? Who were in part of One by One movement, the program, right? The kids program. They were just part of the program, so they probably got paid to do it, right? That gang leader there. Well, let's ask him if he's got Black excellence. I don't know who you're joking with. I told you. Nothing to do with me. You are going to explain this all. Yeah, go ahead. Show me. Oh, why you shouldn't be charged with what? Terrorism now? Yeah, go for it. Keep going. You what? We're going to learn good, all of them, in the community center. Anytime you talk to me, anytime I see it on Instagram and I repost it, Every time the Westwood Mall, right? They want to be on Instagram. They want to be famous. They want clout. You're sitting here, what now? Yeah, well, with people like you, right? Maybe I'm just illiterate. No wonder they're killing your children. I did. I tried. I said, why? Why are you? The adults are the waste. Why are they here? You want future for your children. You keep spouting all this garbage. What are you doing? You're the ones giving them the alcohol, right? So you can get benefits. Well, let's go over when you were doing all the events with Humble the Poet, having all the events to show me all the food bank last year when I had my fundraiser. What if I got revenge? How many times? You're actually sitting here a year later and you expect people to cater to who? What did you do for that? Take back the night. You had a what? Event for what? Violence against who? Not even a week later. Why this is the point? Why do you keep talking? This is molten. They what? You don't understand you're a waste? People would actually off you? What are you doing then? You went and called the police on me. I want to hear. I want to understand this. Let's go over femicide. You had violence against women. Take back the night. Who are you pretending with? That's the Malton Council of Women. That's the same Muslim council, right? With Alicia. So you went and lied and told people I was Muslim one day, and then what? They want to know. Why was I in the homeless shelter for 6 years? They want to know. Why are you sitting here denying narcissistic mothers and their sons? Why are the sons attacking me? Why are you telling me about promiscuous women and men? And then 1 minute you don't have any. They're your husbands and wives. Well, how do you have jealousy issues? If you have perfect husbands and wives, why would you be jealous? What do y'all do when you go to Tim Hortons? You have jealousy issues? You fight each other? When you're in the community center, where else do you go? You go to the mall and fight each other? Because you have jealousy issues? Yeah, we went over, right? You're talking about money and whatever. What's a celebrity in Malton? What's rich and famous in Malton? Who's ever gonna? Why are you laughing? Well, you were comparing, right? Superwoman, and you stopped me from doing what? So she can go make money. Doing what? Yeah, let's explain it to all of Malton. It's the same floor, right? Sick Kid, Humble the Poet, Superwoman, Jay Shetty. So let's hear. What year now? If Malton Moms and Humble the Poet was in community building, right? That's the same two groups in Malton. So let's hear what excuse you have now. Well, which one? If I was living on Netherwood and I opened the business in 2019, I was at World Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day 2018. I was babysitting all of in 2017. Let me hear when. Damn, this Marcel guy has a decent resume. See? If that's what you read? Basically, all of his experience in prison, right? Or out of prison, or being a prisoner. If you read it the same way as... I'm not even going to bother. And I'm just, every shot I'm counting. You're the only celebrity in Malton. How's that for delusions of grandeur? Considering, right? You locked the police, you locked the mayors out of the community center, right? So you could demand what? I forgot. What were you demanding? To get rid of guns and gangs? Or was that why you wanted the youth hub? Sure, let's look into it. When did you fire the police chief there? Yeah, the same one in the on the website there, the one by one website. When you hired the new chief of police. When was that? In 2019, October? When was it? Can you imagine? I actually know this just top of my head now. 6 years are you. You're supposed to sit in a chair and make pretty videos? Like who? Why are you laughing? Do you know what you did to me when I said I'm not a YouTuber? And now she's what? When I said, how could all of them have anxiety? What did you do to me? How did Alicia and Malaysia go on their resort trips? How did they get all that money? Alicia was working. Did she get a new job? The last I remember, she was a crossing guard, right, at Darcel. So how did they? Weren't they celebrities? What was all that? When Nick was showing on Instagram all those resorts he was at. You thought I didn't see all that? Where do you think I lived when his cat died? The Kickstarter. What do you think? What do you think you were doing to me all then? They're sitting here like, what? Go ahead. How many were there? Multi-neighborhood services? What else? Malton Moms, if they were a group, they were in a charity. Go, let's hear. What else? Well, 2018, that was the school board, right? If it was based on the little boy, everybody got revenge, did they? So show me what it has to do with me, what you guys did. I told you, one of these days. Laugh until you see him again, Jonathan Davis. That's funny. Laugh more. I told you how many times. Malton Moms aren't getting away. Show me again. No, I want to hear now where they were. You had who? Who was the counselor, the mayor? I told you, every one of you, every time. You what? Call again. Yeah, let me hear a pimp building. I told you, every tenant in this building. Every message on my phone, every one of you in Malton. Why would I care? Abuse? Half of you are drug addicts. The other half are what? Homeless? Show them again how you want to live somewhere. Show them where you're going to live. No, I want to hear where you're going to live. When you get a house, I want to hear where you think you're going to live. So they can understand why they can't get a house and they can't stay in the shelter, why nobody wants them anywhere. Yeah, why don't you show Shauna? Go get Daniel and Monique and Shauna, Sam, all of them. Go, I want to hear you now. You're going to keep calling my phone for what? When you see this tomorrow, you're going to what, be sober? I hope Daniel Drummond is enjoying this for Shauna and Monique. No, he's going to tell everybody if he slept with them. Go ahead, that's Mary's daughter, right? So then you find out if he slept with her, Vicky. Then you go to Morningstar, the soccer team. If you just flirted or slept with them or dated them. Well, you know the dates now, right? 1996 to 2012. Malton, Brampton, where else did he play soccer? I don't ever forget you asked for this. They have children, right? With who? Does Daniel Drummond have children? Like I said, I could be, right? Married with children. Why? Why should I let any of you get away? So, okay, I want recovery. That's here. How many of you bought weed off of him? Start from 1996. At his house, since he was so close to Ascension. Now go ahead, every lunch hour. It's called no closure, right? When they don't tell you anything. You'll never get the answers because they're gone. So, okay, how many people played soccer with him in Malton, female and male? I was staying at his house when he used to play soccer, right? But that was somewhere where in Brampton? Was it all professional, all grown up? So, if I was at his house, what was the reason he didn't want me there? What year did I work in Jack and Jill? Why did he hang out in the mall when I used to work in Jack and Jill? Because he had business there? Food Basics. How many of you worked in Food Basics and know him? Who was playing DJ at Ascension graduations? That's how Mary knew him, right? He was at the graduation for one of her sons. So I wouldn't have known that if she didn't tell me. Surprise. What do you want me to do? If technically he broke up with me in 2002, I was single, right? Do you understand this? So while he was gallivanting, right? The same thing right now. I'm not supposed to go anywhere or do anything. Are you understanding this? Oh, I'm going to make you understand this, Malton. Every time I hear you say the word girl, you know what I want to do to you? Who are you calling a girl? You actually standing outside here drinking every night. I can hear your mouth. You have hookers and God knows what here. Who are you calling girl trash? I am sick and tired of them. Sick and tired. My business versus them and hookers? No. Why don't you look at the window again? Now show me where you have a lease. Every time anybody comes here, I told you. Yeah, it is a trash building. I told you the videos are all on YouTube. You can go back and watch them whenever you want. Amy Seukeran, apartment 47. Did you click that in yet? Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Life Coach. Canada. You know they're going to keep going until they connect that they know each other. By the morning, they'll be sober in church, right? Talking again because only half of them know. Well, we left off at Daniel Drummond. I want recovery, no closure. So what year did you know him? Well, if Morningstar, right? He had all those girls. So did you date Monique and Shauna? Did you sleep with them? We started dating in December, right? December 20th. And when did we know that Monique and Phil started dating around the same time? Christmas. So let's go from there. How many people dated Monique? Monique Struthers. How many of you dated her? From the summer. 1996, from the summer. It's the same house on Netherwood. Monique and Shauna lived next door to each other on Bonaventure. Next door neighbors, right? Monique moved here the summer. Shauna lived there how long? She went to Lancaster with my brothers. What are they? I told them. What are you pretending? I've seen half of you. You can't pretend now. I told you. Stop. Well, let's see how many of them have kids. If they're 40-something now. I'm 46, so they'd be 43, right? All of them? So how many of them have kids? They want to get to Ascension. They can't wait to get to Ascension. So what year was Moonlight open? That's when the new stock went to Ascension from Our Lady of the Airways. Well, that was the summer I was drugged, so it's important. Moonlight. Do you remember that at Brandon Gate, the plaza there by Joe's? Moonlight, the pool. Was it pool and whatever else was in there? So what year was that open? What year did he work at the airport? That was the day, right? He went to work the first day of work after I got drugged. So what year did he start working at Pearson? My niece was born in 98? What summer was that? That was the same summer because I used to travel to Scarborough. My sister was pregnant. Yeah, while Daniel was working, right? According to who? So let's go to 2002 when he broke up with me? We went to the Shaggy concert, a couple days before he broke up with me. Does that make sense? And you go to a concert with your girlfriend and then 2-3 days later you break up with her? I did ask why, what the reason was. He just, like I said, didn't answer. We argue a lot. I think that was the answer he gave me. 15 and a half years, right? 5.5. 5.5 years. 2002. Just one day out of nowhere. So why would somebody do that? Plan a concert. Do you think he was planning to go with somebody else? Maybe somebody knows who they were and they didn't end up going. Who went? His brothers went? His cousins went? Their girlfriends and wives? We can go back to the wedding. Who was at the wedding? Let's guess. What is it? Fire, police, or ambulance? Yeah, do you have any idea what I've gone through? He's the only person I've slept with. Telling me what? Calling me what? Is it? Is it a joke? I could have had experience with actual men who had feelings. Been in a relationship with somebody who was a human being. That's funny to you? That the only relationship I was in was with a narcissist? Somebody who was a heartless, cold animal? Well, let's ask. Like I said, maybe it's time. Let's ask Malton. Who else dated him? Or was he just a flirt? Was he one night stand? Yeah, remember the saying? Cheating is flirting. Flirting is cheating. Oh, real good. He must be here. Flirting is cheating's ugly cousin. Now imagine this. You're 46 years old. It's like if you got attacked and you never wanted to be with a man. It's like it. Yeah, what about getting drugged? Is that like it too? They're actually sitting here laughing at this. Like it's not real. Like it's not them who did it. That's the sick part. Let's go back to how many of them are right here living in Malton with kids. Ex-girlfriends, maybe they have the kids. Well, the jealousy and attacking women had to come from somewhere, didn't it? I didn't make that up, did I? Why don't you think about what school he went to? Did he go to school? Did he skip school? You thought he was at school? You thought he was at what with his tutor? Which one? You thought he was at soccer? Oh, I'm going to open the Pandora's box now in case they didn't know. Well, that doesn't leave if he worked right. Is it open for questions? So everybody, like you said. Does anyone you know where he worked? What he did for a living? Well, he was there when I was at Community Roots, right? That was who my boyfriend was. How did they know him? How did they know him? We're waiting. It got quiet. I'm waiting for anybody else who dated him. I will be back in a couple minutes. You think about call, text in the meantime if you know anybody who dated him. Well, might as well. You might be gossiping girls. Join the party. What did you do if you had a narcissistic mother or a narcissistic father that never let you go out, that chose your friends, or that hated your friends or chased them away and isolated you, or a narcissistic family that isolated you? What did you do growing up? Did you play by yourself? Did you play online? Did they bribe you with toys? Maybe you didn't realize. Did they bribe you with money? Candy? Let's look into patterns of narcissistic parents. How do you think they got you to be on their side? They said bad things about the other parent? Well, let's take a minute and think about that. You dare you say the word again, I want. Let me hear how you want again. They're going to take a good look tomorrow when they go to the church and the community center in the morning. And the homeless are sitting here tonight, right? And they're going to watch this and wonder why they can't get a house. They're going to wonder why people don't want them hanging out, sitting in the Tim Hortons and in the mall hanging out, right? You're going to sit and watch this and wonder why. Why can't we get a house? We're entitled. We want a house. We need a house. Let's go. If you live in a neighborhood, what kind of neighbors do you want? People that do what? Mind their own business, keep to themselves, are social, talk to you every day? Which one? You mean I want neighbors like you who record them without consent? Oh, I'm recording you without consent? I'm going to make you eat those words. I'm going to laugh every time I see a police car or a fire truck or an ambulance. No, I want them to take a good look at themselves. You're actually calling what workers? What do you treat them like? I hope they're laughing. They're going to look at the disease that lives in this building, the disease that lives in Moulton, the disease that is actually outside right now, hanging out in groups with each other, the disease they are, and why nobody wants to be around them. Would you sleep around? And who do you think would want to be with you if you sleep around? You went over that, right? You put what in your mouth? And how many holes do you put that in before you put it in your mouth? Oh, we're going over the married couples. Oh, that's the only person you've been with. So it's safe to do that. Men have 3 holes? You would. Mm-hmm. I guess it's okay, right? You just disinfect between holes. Well, you asked, right? How'd you know if your boyfriend went to somebody else after you? How do you know if he took a shower? Oh, we all wanted reality. Go ahead, let's hear. 20 years, 30 years, 10 years, go. Online dating, let's hear. How many do you think? Doesn't matter the men? No, they have nothing to worry about. Who does it matter to? The women only? Maybe the people with husbands and wives understand, right? And what? They don't like the same people hanging out here because what? They're afraid for their husbands and wives? It can't be both ways. They're going to look into STDs, or what's it called now? STIs? They're infections now. STI. Or when you're intoxicated, you lose your inhibitions, right? So maybe, it's important information for those who get intoxicated on Saturday. You wanted reality. And like I said, I only smoke, right? Mary Jane, so I don't know what the effects of other things are. Well, can you understand that now for a victim of narcissistic abuse? If I spent 15 and a half years with the same one, why I would be worried? Yeah, you guys are all going to college, right? Getting jobs. Your futures. How old are you? 20s and 30s? You're going to do what for the rest of your life in Malton? That's what I want to know. If this is my life right now, what do you think you're going to do? People are destroying anything and everything they can get their hands on. Where are you going to go? Get businesses and jobs and lives and futures. You're just going to move? It'll all be magic. It'll happen. How are you going to get married if you've all slept around? How many of you actually want kids now? See kids in your future. We're taking a survey for Malton. What am I on about? Can you imagine the actual age range right now in Malton? Female and male. How many people have you slept with in your lifetime? And your age, so we can have a general idea. Well, why waste it, right? Might as well make use for somebody of the stream you keep wasting. It's funny, is it? If you're married, how many people were you with before you got married? Normal? What's normal? If it was a whole generation of one-night stands and online dating, what's normal? If kids don't even know what dating is now, what do they think is normal? Should have been you instead of Jonathan Davis's life was worth more than yours. It's the same Malton. Like I said, take a good look at yourself. By the end of the night, right? Should have been you instead of Jonathan Davis. Go, let me hear if I was you guys, what I would have done. Yeah. I want you to hear yourself and understand now. Go, show me which one of you is worth more. To me. Show me now. I had 6 years of you taking everything to sell life coach business, right? Go, show me again. What was his life worth? You took it to get money, right? To go get a hub for what? The rest of the kids? So go ahead, let's hear. They could keep sustaining, right, if I'm dead. You are a joke. Let me hear this again. How don't you realize you did it? I did it? Well, who are we fooling? You don't realize things like this is why people off you? Well, who's supposed to teach you reality? Where do you think this is normal? Why what? Why what? How many grown adults live with their parents in Malton? How many people live by themselves in Malton? Well, I'm going to end this. See you next time.